I don't know, guys, but if you mention spring break to me, all I think about is partying, alcohol, doing things that you will definitely regret the next morning because it's all about partying again. And yeah, I've never been to a spring break. It's not something very common in Europe. It's more common in America. And this video will prove what I'm talking about.
I have a man.
Who is it?
He doesn't live here.
What?
He lives in Michigan.
He doesn't live here.
No, he lives in Michigan.
But you live here.
Yeah, I met him here.
And you're on spring break.
I met him here like in the beginning of March.
That's dangerous. You're playing a dangerous game right now. It's spring break. I don't know.
I know. I'm locked in.
All right, guys.
I'm locked in. All right, I'm locked in. That's what she said. Uh-huh.
All right, guys. I interviewed that girl, and she said she had a boyfriend in Michigan. Wow.
Ooh!
What the fuck is going on, bro? Unacceptable behavior. Like I said, if you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and they come to Fort Lauderdale on spring break it off.
I mean, literally, you guys. Why would she be there without him? You have to be so loyal and you have to trust the person so much to be like, nah, they ain't doing any nasty shit there. Like, one of the reasons you go there. It's one of major reason you're at a party like that in spring break.
Holla back, I'll do your face. I love bad bitches.
You look like a dude? You don't. Oh my god. Try again.
He got cooked. Hey, you didn't go down like that, huh? He got cooked.
Dessert.
You really want to go 100%?
Yeah, because it hurts, but I can feel that you're holding back.
I'll do 50.
60.
I'll do 50 most.
60.
I'll do 30.
What?
Critical hit. You one shot away, literally.
Hey, go kiss
30%, by the way.
Go kiss every. This is exactly why I don't kiss her, guys. Because I'm gonna have the whole school bus in my mouth.
Yeah.
Now she mad at me, Chad, when she wanted to kiss another dude.
This lady I saw today, what is she trying to do? Oh no!
Gas is $5.19.
Oh, that's the best comment ever! I love that video! But honestly, $5 gas? Wait, what?
Oh my God, where? Yeah, no, you can't fix her.
Can't fix it. Did do backflipping to get my attention? I don't know what he was expecting. And she's not.
I don't want to be with my husband anymore.
That's
His
it?
energy is impacting my energy. I got with my husband out of potential. He had the potential to be a great earner, to be a great father. And you know what? He is a great father, a great provider. He's not a great partner. I am chaotic and wild.
Wait. So he's a great father and a great provider, and that doesn't make him a great husband? Wait, what? She's
I
chaotic
love
and
that about
wild.
me. And for the longest time, he anchored me. He held me down. I would be fine doing everything on my own. He just makes things a little easier with childcare and money and money. Maybe he'll change. He won't. And if he does change, it's not at the pace that I am changing. And I am changing so rapidly. I need to fly away. I want this dissolved.
A few moments later.
I feel like I've been going through the stages of grief of my marriage for the past 4 years. I got sober, I got healthy, and I realized if I worked on myself enough, then we would fit better. So much couples counseling, so much individual therapy, so much internal trauma work only made our disconnect stronger.
I've literally heard women say, I hate men. And death to the patriarchy,
Of course.
all these things.
Wait a second. Death to the patriarchy means death to the societal structures in which give men more societal power than women for no reason. A lot of these ideas of what you think misandry is are just your misogynistic instincts and assumptions being exposed.
Yeah, so now
You literally just said misogyny. You literally try. What are you doing?
you're assuming that I'm misogynistic.
Yeah.
She's misogynistic.
Yeah, probably. I think we all are a little
Out of nowhere. Like, he made sense until he stopped making sense. Like, why do you just have to go there and say stuff like that?
bit, some more than others. Yeah. I think misogyny
Why?
can linger in so many ways that we don't even realize. This just happened last week with me. Someone
Why
was
is
like,
he
oh yeah,
speaking
Dr.
like
Berg moved to another institution. I said, oh, where'd he go? That's an example of it. I assumed that Dr. Berg was a man. That's the type of underlying misogyny that many of us have.
What a
Huh?
girl.
I mean, mean? Isn't that just a misunderstanding?
It's not because no, wait a minute. Hold on. It's not because your assumption is doctor is associated with man, when women can be doctors too. Why doesn't the assumption go to women being doctors?
I guess we grow up where a lot of people just assume that men are doctors.
Yeah, like I guess, like, why is that immediately misogynistic just because people were assuming things? Correct them if they are wrong, and I am sure there will be apologetic and they will fix the mistake immediately. Why just like you immediately get heated up, completely heated up because it didn't work the way you want from the start? Why correcting people nowadays is like a big deal? Why do we make so much drama out of it? Just say, hey, listen, this is not it, this is it, and that's it. And if they continue to address you a certain way that you don't like, then that's on them, all right? Then you move on. But don't try to correct people in that. Like, don't try to fix people when they are not broken. It's just that the system is broken.
A random D1 women's basketball player. This is Gracie. She's 6'6". All right, Gracie,
That's
get ready
funny.
for me. She was absolutely breathtaking, 10 out of 10. So now Gracie gets to be added to the wall of victim.
Come on, man, get your freaky ass on, man, on King
Oh,
David.
excuse me?
A group of 11-year-olds, like literally no older than 11, just asked if I would pop a titty for the boys. I've never turned redder. Like, I always get intimidated when I walk by like a group of like little boys. They freak me out. Like, I normally have like a comeback to like rude cat calls, but I've like never been more embarrassed. I like stumbled over my words. That was so unexpected.
I really think young women are watching Bonnie Blue 1,000 Men and going, I think I could do that.
Yes, I can prove it. And here's how I can prove it. 10 years ago, when OnlyFans started, there were not very many creators on it doing pornography. As this has become normalized and as there have been certain breakout stars, this is very mainstream and very popular, famous women.
Wait, so how does
are
that
doing
prove
this.
that young women are watching it and going, ooh, now I should f 1,000 men?
My husband just was on a podcast with a girl who was like, yeah, I dropped my OnlyFans while I was still in high school. I started thinking about it when I was 15. And she literally said, I'm watching all these famous women make bank and become famous. They can get plastic surgery. And I want that. I don't want to work a wage slave job my whole life. So I started planning early. This is the result. It matters what we do and it matters what we popularize in the culture. And to say
That's
it
true.
doesn't and to pretend like, well, it shouldn't matter what I do. It does matter what you do. And that's what you realize when you get older.
Yeah, and not only that, like if you ask kids, let's say you ask 10 children, what would they like to be or become when they are grown-ups? Nowadays, you will hear at least 6 out of those 10 saying, I want to become a YouTuber, like my favorite YouTuber and stuff like that, because they know that it's a really awesome job and they think they're going to succeed as it. And they know there's a lot of money in succeeding if you really are one of the top creators, but that's it, you know, that's what they see and that's what they learn and they want to do that. But if they ask them, if you tell them be a doctor, be a lawyer, whatever, they're like, oh, that's boring, you know, because that's how society shows it to be. And it's a lot of hard work, as if YouTubing and becoming the top creator is not a hard work. They live in this fantasy of thinking that every person who is a YouTuber is like a millionaire. But yeah, that's what the society is feeding them.
Okay, with all the money that you made last year, why haven't you bought a chain?
I'm be honest, right? I feel like I'm just not no like super materialistic for real. Honestly, if you getting it,
why does that matter?
You know you ain't gotta go chain on them.
So you wouldn't buy me no designer?
What?
Nah, I mean, not necessarily. I be with the designer, but it's like ain't really at that level to cop every day.
Okay.
Try and jump out and do too much. I be on some cool shit.
You just not.
That ain't on my fit. I'm on some
chill shit.
Some black
shit cool.
You on some chill shit.
I know your fit probably was $13.50.
No. My fit wasn't. It was $50. Not $13 though.
Yeah, my shoes cost more than y'all.
But you can't say anything about my fit. We're talking about yours.
Why the fuck
But
not?
look though, I got a question for you. Like,
Yeah.
is like a man that has like materialistic things like really important to you though? Like chain, designer on, because I see that's what you asked about.
No, it's not important to me. It's just where's his money going?
That?
So if you don't got it on,
Hey, nah, what?
This is the mentality of people thinking that the richest people out there, they show it. No, actually it's the other way around. The richest people don't show it materialistically on the way they are dressed or the car they are driving or the house they owning. Like it is the other way around. People with this, I feel like with this obsessiveness to show their wealth are the people who are struggling with wealth, or even if they are not struggling with wealth, they don't know how to take care of it, or they don't know how to treat themselves the right way, because it's all about what is the outside and how the outside looks like. It doesn't really matter. And I'm generalizing here. I don't think it's every single case, but there is a lot of cases where people are compensating by wearing those chains and showing their wealth or rapping about it, you know? Seriously, who cares? Can you be a human without that? Can we actually respect you without those things? Like, are you successful without that? That's what matters.
Bro, that's crazy.
He said he don't have it like that to go buy a chain.
Okay.
A chain is not that much.
For real?
Your shit fake.
It's not. It's a girl's chain.
Fuck her. I just gotta.
Wait, Tiffany, if I do it, I won't have to do it. But the longer I don't do it, the more I have to do it. Wait, what?
Do it. I just gotta. If I do it, I won't have to do it. But the longer I don't do it, the more I have to do it.
I mean, it does make sense, but why are you doing this to my brain?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure, buddy.
Now this
is what happens when you die?
After you die. No matter how rich you get in life, no matter how hard you work, when you die, you lose everything. You cannot take any of this with you.
That's true.
Just remember, everyone, regardless of your status, memories mean more than possessions.
That's
Because when
so
you go,
true.
you cannot take any of this with you.
That is so true. But also, like, when it comes to memories, at the end of the day, it's not about your memories because you're dead. Who cares? It's about the memories of the people, how people remember you. And your memory, how long is it gonna live after you are dead? And I feel like that is more important. I feel like living for other people is more important than living for yourself. Of course, you need to take care of yourself, but creating memories that other people will appreciate and respect you for the rest of their lives, and maybe for other generations to come if they speak about you, is more important. Or leaving something behind that people will genuinely need. That is also important because they will remember you by it.
Huh? What's that? Why are so many young men becoming...
Wait. A wide ideology gap is opening up between young men and women in countries across the world. Oh, I mean, we always knew... Whoa, political ideology of 18 to 29s, liberal minus conservatives by sex.
Right wing? Well, clearly they must have seen a single Andrew Tate clip one time and then activated the, the misogyny gene buried deep within their genome. The epigenetics. Yeah, that happened. That's a normal person thing to think. That is actually an example of magical thinking. Magical Harry Potter thinking, and that's actually paradoxically why so many young men are becoming right-wing. If we were normal people in a normal country, we would examine things like, what are the material conditions? The cringe, irrelevant material conditions of young men. How exactly has social policy for the past 30 years worked to shape those material conditions in profound ways? But we don't do that. Instead, we invite the creators of Adolescence, an imaginary TV...
The creator of Netflix... Yeah, I want to watch this. The creator of Netflix drama Adolescence have been invited to parliaments to discuss online safety with MPs. Sky News understands Labour's Josh McAllister has been in touch with representatives of actor Stephanie Graham and his co-writer Jack Thorne about the possibility of a meeting. It is understood. Okay, all right.
About imaginary events and imaginary people. We invite them to advise Parliament on how to better censor the internet, to avoid future imaginary events that have never actually happened from happening.
I mean, I understand that, but I also understand if the thing, it's not a fantasy, if it can be a reality. Magic is fantasy, but I don't know what adolescence is about really. I would have to check, but I think everything in it could be a reality. Why not? Why not learn from not actual experiences, but fantasy experiences, like imaginary experiences that can be applied to real life?
That's what we do instead. It's a real mystery why young men are becoming so radicalized. I just can't quite put my finger on it.
What have you done?
Banged by a girl, you sausage.
You're not getting it.
What am I not getting?
Dad, you're not reading what they're doing. It's a call to action by the manosphere. 80% of women are attracted to 20% of men. You must trick them because you'll never get them in a normal way.
Everyone is talking about Adolescence, the series by Knowsley's own Stephen Graham and Christine Tamarco. It highlights online male radicalisation and violence against girls. The creators of the show are calling for screenings in Parliament and schools to spark change. So will the Prime Minister back this campaign to counter toxic misogyny?
They actually took a Netflix drama and made it into a serious problem that we need to deal with, as if it is happening, as if the example is not a drama show, the example is real life. Like there is a real life kid out there in school doing these things to girls. Now I get it. Now it makes no sense. Why would you do that?
And give young men the role models they deserve.
Prime Minister. Yes, and at home we are watching Adolescence with our children. I've got a 16-year-old boy and a 14-year-old girl, and it's a very, very good documentary to watch, or drama. This violence carried out by young men, influenced by what they see online, is a real problem. It's abhorrent, and we have to tackle it. We are putting in specialist rape and sexual offences teams in every police force, doing work on the 999 calls. But this is also a matter of culture that I think it's important that across the whole House we tackle this emerging and growing problem.
Emerging, growing problem. What problem? It's a show. Maybe it is inspired by real life events, but who says these real life events happen today? Maybe they happened 20 years ago. Maybe they happened 50 years ago. Maybe they never happened. Emerging problem, you guys. Okay, yeah, sure. It's as if now we need to educate our kids about something we never thought of educating them about. What is wrong and what is right is right. That should have been a thing since ever. Why are we creating it as if it's a problem? I don't know. I am very confused right now. I need to see the show to know more what it's about. But yeah, here is where I stop for today. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you in the next video. Bye.